Tasting. Hello, gang. How's all things going out there? All right. Who has some sidewalk chocolate? All right. Did I hear a yoop from Dave Klein out there? Can we get a yoop, a universal yoop? All right. All right. I think we're ready to go. Hello, my name is Jeff Bryan Davis. I'm very happy to be back comptrolling. I know that we all love Brandon Johnson, but his reign of terror is over. It's my honor to announce once again from beautiful MacArthur Park, Los Angeles, Harmontown is now in session. Spencer Crittenden, the game master extraordinaire. Did he get thinner, or is he farther away from me right now?
Both.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you get sexy candles?
Oh, yeah.
I love it. Why don't we bring out, just for good fun, a mayor? Let's call him Dan Harmon.
Thank you. Jeff Davis, revoiced.
I can talk again.
Yeah. Revoiced. Moist. Larynx is re-moist. Voiced.
Maybe I can rap with you.
Maybe you can sing a tune.
Maybe I could pee and poop.
Maybe I can get a harpoon.
Am I a whale?
Yes, and I'm a whaler. Riding on my ship, there she blows.
It turns out it took 3 months to find out you and I are bad at improv.
I'm with the show. Okay, not like we're in a hurry.
Welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you all again. I missed you so.
Do you now have, are you like when our friends have quadruple bypasses and they're like secretly, they're like, I can eat anything now?
I think I'm probably 1.5 weeks away from being full, like, stage voice, but I get to go, ha, I can do that now. And who didn't miss me going, ha? That's the best part of everything.
But you can't do karaoke yet.
I could, but I shouldn't.
Right.
Wait, what you got?
Well, you could do like George Michael, but not Neil Diamond.
No, I could do Neil Diamond.
You can't. No, George Michael. Like, well, you could do.
George
You could
Harmon-
do just the certain parts of George. Well, I guess it would be nice.
No, but that's
if I could touch your body. That's like nice and easy.
That's
Just give me some hot tea and.
That's because
I know not everybody.
That's because you're a tenor. I'm a baritone. I can go. Money talks. I can sing in the baritone. You sing more in a tenor. Even though you look like Pavarotti. No, but he's a tenor. So yeah, there you are.
Yeah. What is it? What is a tenor? That's so that's like so it goes all the way up to 11ers, or what is the? It doesn't get any better.
Sing.
There's nothing written, so actually, you should be impressed by that. I'm not saying you have to be. It's just like, if you're not, it's going to be a long night.
But what key do you think? I'm not going to play it so we don't get in trouble. What key do you think Father Figure is in?
I don't know
sing it,
keys.
riff it.
I don't know keys.
Just start singing it like
Figure.
whatever. That's all I want.
That's all I wanted. Something sacred, something special in your life. For just one moment, just to be your baby. I don't know. Is that E? Is that an E sharp?
That's totally E sharp.
Yeah.
Is there such thing as an
Is
E
it
sharp?
D?
Or is that F? It might be F.
I know it's A through F.
See, I have a thing.
Or G.
My doctor told me that I have to do a thing every day called the swelling test, where I have a piano keyboard and I play a note, and I have to find my ceiling, and if I lose my ceiling by half a step, be quiet for a day. If I lose my ceiling by a whole step, call her, because something bad's happening. But when she first gave it to me, it was G sharp 4, like in the 4th octave. I'm now C5. That's a fucking big jump.
I don't know. Right?
Yeah.
Dave Klein knows. Dave Klein comes from a family of...
Dave, can you give me a Yup and C4? It's a C5. No. That was F. That was F, and you're being a bully. So. Okay, I have a question.
He comes from 2 opera singers.
I have
Dad.
some questions. When you get
Yup.
when you get in your green screen elliptical, then Dave Klein is wearing a T-shirt and he's got the, what do you call those things?
Kettlebells.
Kettlebells. What are you doing, Dave? You're lifting kettlebells. This guy's working his ass off, and you're just going, yup.
That's not hard. That's harder.
We're doing intermittent bicep reps until failure while Dan is doing his warm-up on the cardio.
Okay, all right, that scans. All right.
Dave, do you want to come up, talk about the workout?
Let's get Dave Klein up here, everybody.
I just want to narrate that Jeff went for 2 power moves and was out power moved both times by Dave Klein. That was impressive. Good to see you. Thanks for coming on stage.
Am I becoming the fat guy in Harmontown? Because everybody now is fucking fit as a fiddle.
I know what the audience is thinking. You didn't have to introduce Dave. We can tell from looking at him that he's the sculptor of your body. You scream personal trainer.
He also screams shampoo and conditioner. This guy's hair is fucking magnificent.
Look! I got a pretty serious athletic background. I'm formally trained in the art of yoga. Got a 200-hour certification with the National Yoga Alliance through YogaWorks. Shout out to YogaWorks. I also have an illustrious swimming career, former state champion, New Jersey representative at the USA Zone competition, Columbia Division I swim program, NCAA, YMCA National Championship qualifier. Let's go. I'm also pretty nasty on a pickup basketball court.
I know it's a podcast. It probably isn't podcast gold, but could you do a little exercise for us and show us, teach us one exercise?
Sure. This is a classic exercise that comes from, I think,
Germany.
I don't know. I think the punk movement really kind of got it down right. But what I think physiology is all about is movement, power, spirit, and linking your energy, mind, and physiology into a reality that you're comfortable with.
I miss this show so much. I'm
what I'm going to give to you, one of my favorite exercises that's ever been done. It's got a shamanic element. It's got a lot of cardio. It's going to be
should the
core.
whole audience get up and try this with us, or is it?
Yeah. Oh, I totally encourage anyone to get in this.
Bring up as many people as you think should get on stage right now to do this with us.
Yo, if I can get just 7 volunteers. 7's a good number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Also, if you're back
6
there,
and 7
like
back
this,
there. Hey, if you got your hand up, get up here. Get out of here. Come on up here. Now I'm gonna give you an exercise that's not a traditional yoga element. All right. It's a little bit sped up. All right. My name's Dave. It's nice to meet you. My name is Dave. It's nice to meet you. My name is Dave. It's real nice to meet you. My name is Dave. It's nice to meet you. Shout out to the Guardians. I love that. Shout out, Dave Klein. Dave Klein, nice to meet you.
Did we get anybody
Dave
that's
Klein, nice to
not
meet
in the alt-right?
Klein, nice to meet you. Well, I don't know.
We got all of 4chan up here.
You're missing. I think you're missing. Let's curve this around. Let's curve out the demographics.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't see to the end. Hello, ladies.
We've got some lady exercise. All right, now you're gonna want to stagger yourself. So if one step back, one step forward. All right. All right. Now we're gonna start out slow because of the music.
4chan workout.
All right, yo.
Gonna watch security video
Gonna
of
start with
Chinese
your
babies
hands up
dying.
right here. Now you're gonna shake it on down. Bring it up halfway. Bring it on back down. Back up. Hey. Back down. Halfway on up. Now we're gonna link the breathe in, exhale down, in.
Oh.
Inhale with your arms up now and down. Exhale. Halfway up, inhale. Down, exhale. Lift it on back up, up. Inhale. Hold. Break it on down. Freestyle.
Damn.
Breathe however you want on this freestyle because I'm going to introduce
Let's
the
hear it
next
for our
part of the
freestyle yoga experts, everybody. Let's hear it
yo.
for our... Thank you.
Yo. All right, now we're going to speed it up a little bit. We got anything a little bit faster? Because what I wanted to do is a cardio movement from kind of the punk era. We're going to do some
Wait,
headbanging.
weren't you just
We're gonna
telling us?
headbang. We're going to headbang.
What, that was what we
Yeah.
were learning.
Okay. All right. Now that movement we just did is an integral part of yoga. It's the beginning of the sun salutation, all right? But now we're gonna speed it up. Thrash metal, long hair, furious energetics, all right? Yo, but you know what you are gonna do? You're gonna get all the blood in your heart to come up to your noggin, into your brain. We're gonna headbang right now, all right? It's the same motion as yoga, just a little faster with a different fucking energetic. So let's take a couple breaths of fire, all right? Take a nice deep inhale. Hold. Now exhale in like 10 bursts. Inhale. 10 short. That's right, all right. We're getting the energetic going. Starts lighting the fire inside. Same movement. I'm gonna demonstrate where we're going with this now. It's gonna be a little bit faster.
Now that seems dangerous.
I guess they're opting out. They're opting out. Most of them have contacts in, so they're going to...
And we're gonna finish out as we do any good yoga practice with a cool down. Take a nice deep breath in for 3. Hold for 3. Nice exhale out. Look, this world, there's a lot going on. Energetically, politically, personally, you know, who knows? I got friends with financial problems that come into a yoga studio. They say what I need is to just lay down. So here's what you need to do. Lay on down. This is a classic yoga pose called Savasana, AKA corpse pose. Corpse pose, they got names. You're gonna lay your hands down, all right? And now you got a choice here. If you put your palms down on the ground, you're kind of a closed circuit, and you're just kind of staying in your own zone and getting your energetics kind of properly orbiting your spirit, all right? But, if on the other hand,
Come on, orbit that spirit.
you want to receive it,
Orbit.
you want to launch these
You're
planets.
not orbiting.
No, but seriously, on the real. If you want to receive a little bit of an energetic from the universe, palms up, that's all.
You have a choice.
No, but on the ground. So legs out straight, everybody. Legs out straight, palms up, and just do 3 nice browns of 4 count in, 4 count hold, 4 count out. That's it, just 3 of them. And that's it, just right here. That's it.
All right. Well,
And in the meantime, Dan, how you doing?
I'm good. Thank you.
For the folks at home, exercise has been happening.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You might want to rewind, mute the volume, and just think about MeUndies for 3 minutes.
That's fair. They make a nice undergarment.
And socks. And now onesies.
But also think about subscribing to the video version of the podcast, because
That's right.
you could be looking at people laying down.
That's right. All right, and when you're all done, When you're all done, you can bring your knees up to the sky. You can bring yourself up to a seated position. You can gently rise up with this newly energized spirit. You guys were fucking phenomenal. I gotta thank you for your fucking positivity and going along with a maniacal session.
Let's hear for Dave Klein
Yo,
and the
freestyle yoga section.
and the solid gold yoga dancers, everybody. Let's hear it from. All right, everybody get off the stage. Let's hear it from you guys. Did fantastic.
Thank you, Dave.
I'm not sure what we accomplished, but I'm sure it was important.
Well, yoga.
You got it. Oh, popcorn. Fuck yeah.
All right. Yeah, I mean,
So that's what you do every morning.
and I'm gonna try not to be fazed by the fact that I thought he meant it when he was saying all that stuff to me all the time. That I was amazing and doing a great job. We just said that to a bunch of strangers.
You
who
know
just
that
laid
these are
there.
non-performers that just got up on a stage, did a weird thing, and didn't even ask any questions, and were pretty good sports about it? That's pretty amazing.
Well, but they didn't work as hard as I do, and
Yo, who wants to see how hard he works?
we can't. I'm not trying to get out of it. We can't keep the.
Let's see how hard Dan Harmon works every
There's people
day
listening
with
that-
Dave Klein.
Flex. I got to count for you.
There's people listening to the podcast. We have to say things.
I'm gonna say it real fast. 50, 40, 30, 12, 11, 9, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No, I can't. They don't want to watch me plank on my elbows.
And they don't want to see you take your shirt off before you do it.
Yup.
It was a joke, but I appreciate it.
Yup.
All the way, all the way.
I wanted you to see my Minecraft for shirt first.
All right.
Dan's taking his shirt off. You're probably dead.
Body by Klein. Yeah.
Look, he's so much skinnier.
He has it. Look at this.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Look at this core. Look at this definition. Yeah. All right.
Dan, do you want to call out any other podcaster right now? Like threaten them like a wrestler?
Just Chris Pratt coming for you, Chris Pratt.
54 30 12 11 10 9 7 6 5 4 3 1 1 54 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 3 1 2 54 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 3 1 3 54 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 3 1 4.
He's doing it. He's planking. This is a full plank. Push-up style plank. Now he's drinking. He's drinking alcohol while planking. Oh my God. He's drinking again while planking. And the crowd are loving it. Jeff moved the alcohol. Still doesn't really scan if you're not watching. He's going for another drink. Oh, he's losing it. But he's maintaining. He went for another.
9 7 6 5 4 3 1 24 24 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 30 1 25 54 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 30 1 26 54 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 30 1 27 54 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 30 1 28 54 30 12 11 9 6 5 4 30 1 29 54 30 12 11 9 7 6 5 4 30 1 30. He's still going.
And he can't stop.
31 54 30 12 11 9 6 5 4 30 1 32 54 30 12
You can see fatigue setting in.
54 30 12 11 9 6 5 4 30 1 34 54 30 12 11 9 6 5 4 30 1
Jeff is,
35
oh, Jeff put a drink on his back. This is a type of torture. This is what murderers do to their victims. He went 40.
Personal record
Oh, yeah.
with flourishes. With vodka
He
flourishes.
kneels triumphantly, as if getting ready to masturbate.
You did it.
Yeah.
Coming for you, Chris Pratt.
Yeah. I didn't really mean for you to take your shirt off. I was just doing a bit.
I did.
No, I know. You didn't say it, though. I did.
Now, when I say, now that was fucking outstanding. That was amazing. That was actually outstanding and amazing. Fucking great effort on that, brother.
But see, doesn't that sound the same as when he said it to those other people?
Similar enough that.
Hold on. For me, it was worth losing my voice just to see that.
Oh, yeah. Man.
I had to go into a dark place.
You got to do a swelling test.
Uh-huh.
You got to go do a swelling test.
I do every day.
Right now.
Play a C5. Anybody have who has a pitch pipe?
I think Dave's got it.
Can you send for Rob
I
Schraub?
have to do every day. I have to get my C5.
Yeah, you're still there. You're still there.
Happy birthday! I think it's up there. I think it's that C5.
Yeah.
So I went to
Is
the
it?
desert with Cody to.
He knows.
Wait, do you have perfect pitch? Sing C5 for me.
That's just what Jeff was doing.
That's amazing. Wait, do you really have perfect pitch?
Either really good relative or shitty perfect pitch, but that's
Well,
pretty much
relative to a note you've recently heard, that's the same thing. But you have perfect pitch.
Relative to perfection.
Now, what's the highest note you can hit?
it depends on the day. I don't know.
Well, today is the day, Jack.
That's definitely an F5.
C6.
Oh.
That was an octave above that.
Yeah.
Hit it again.
Yeah.
That's terrifying and amazing at the same time.
Should we bring out Rob Schraub? Okay.
Rob Schraub about to come on stage. Or maybe Rob Schraub taking a shit.
He's certainly doing some tricks.
Yeah, why has he been so shy? He normally...
Well, let me tell you a quick story.
Steve Levy and Rob Schraub at the same time.
That was the
Okay.
trick.
Yep, I'm good. Thank you.
We got a Levy. We got a Stevie. We got a Shabby.
All right.
I don't know if I was meant to come out on stage.
It's kind of cold.
But
up
you
here.
did?
Well, hey.
All right, knock it off. Everybody, clean it up. Clean up the show. Come on.
All right.
All right. Come on.
Sorry, Steve.
Shape a show. Let's get some craft going on here.
What's...
I'm going to tell you a story. I went to the desert with Cody.
Story time!
Story time.
Story time! Dan's story time! He's gonna tell us a story, he's gonna knit a yarn.
And this kid came out from the kitchen and to serve us our food, to bring the food to the table, and he was very bashful and he said, "Here you go, careful, it's a hot plate, Mr. Harmon. Serving you has been my birthday." And I said, "Oh, is it your birthday?" And he said, "Yes, today's my birthday." And I was like, well, I wanted to say, well, technically that's not a compliment. You could hate me in serving you. Like it would be better if it wasn't. Like he should have said, "It is now," but it was his birthday.
That's the implication.
Serving you has been my
When you
birthday.
say
Did you put him on blast?
Yeah.
Like for doing that?
Yeah.
That
I went back through his Twitter 10 years and I found some jokes that about Monica Lewinsky that were pretty cum-oriented, which is not really what's in right now.
was that kid James Gunn?
Yes, that kid was James Gunn. He is.
Wait, when you say a kid, how old? Like a teenager or
I
20?
don't know. I mean, I'm 45. Everyone's a kid. Like, only
I'm
people that
not.
aren't kids are in a space station dying.
Spencer, why don't you play us something
Hey.
on the piano?
I'll tell you another story. That's not really a story. It's another funny thing I wrote down that someone said. I was watching a true crime show, and one of the people said, "There's one of those things where there's like a cop trying to the cops are trying to, they're trying to sound hard-boiled. And a guy said, it's like finding a needle in a basket of haystacks. And he's like, I don't know, that sounds like it might
Because
be easier.
that metaphor needed punching up.
Is it just like,
He
so
solved the crime of metaphors.
you just redefine, you're just miniaturizing haystacks to the point where a bunch of them fit in a basket.
Isn't
which
that just a basket of hay?
just
It's a hay
of
basket.
I'd rather find a needle in a basket of hay than a haystack.
All right.
What? That phrase must have been invented before magnets, right?
Magnets?
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah.
Pretty easy.
Before magnets that are powerful enough to suck a needle out of.
High fives are being exchanged. And that's not the sound of 2 high fives. He had 2 mics up to 1 high five. And that's not the sound of 4 high fives. That's 4 mics.
Ow! Ow! Too hard.
You know how you do it? You aim for the other person's elbow.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to make eye contact with their elbow. I guess it's a bad trick.
Yeah, that works.
I don't really have anything else. Those are the two things.
Yo, what about Noval?
Yeah.
What do you think is easier, Dan? Finding a needle in a haystack or finding a needle in a basket of haystacks?
Honestly, I mean, what if it was their first time here?
Yo, I'll tell you what.
What if someone was
Yuval Noah
visiting?
Harari, yo, you've been doing some interesting delvings into, the thinking about the history and future history of humanity. Shout out to Yuval Noah Harari, author of *Sapiens* and *Homo Deus*.
Thank
We're
you.
getting deep into this shit in the mornings.
What were you saying? All the aerobics, I was just hearing on the speaker, like going, we have to say things. It's a podcast. Come on, people. We have to say things. It's a podcast. Stop it.
Yeah.
We have to say things.
Wait, why
It's a
is-
podcast.
Yeah, I said that.
People, it's a podcast. We have to say things.
There's some hips on this, too.
Huh? Come on. Stop with this. We have to say things. Come on.
Yeah, I did read this book, Homo Deus. Homo Deus, Homo Deus.
Homo Deus.
So that's how you can remember it.
That's good.
By the author of *Sapiens*. I was talking about the book *Sapiens* last time. This is this 2016 follow-up, I think. Homo Deus. It's talking about what's to become of us. Where have we been and what's to become of us? Very eye-opening and then eye-punching and then eye-closing, because it'll just make you want to roll over and wait for the dream/nightmare of our evolution to end the way it's going to, which is us becoming robot people.
Top 2 screws in the eyeball.
Yeah, I'm sure that's accurate.
No, which of the screws into the eyeballs did you find most, or most memorable or interesting? Or
Yeah, Dan.
Oh,
Yeah, which screws into the eyeballs.
Yeah.
You gotta say things. It's a podcast. People are paying money for the words.
I thought the most interesting aspect was tracing the evolution of human religion globally from, animism or animus, whatever that is, where you're like, we were talking about that last time, like, oh, my friend's a bird. He brought me fire, and, he can fly and I can't, and kind of on equal terms with everything around me. But also, my worst enemy, my best friend, all these critters, and moving from that to polytheism, moving from that to monotheism, and then we really have replaced that with humanism. Like even if we don't want to admit it, and we want to talk about things like I believe in God and all that stuff, we still are having conversations about looking within ourselves, which wasn't always the case a long time ago. Like you would actually grab a sword and run over to the Middle East with it because you truly actually believed that something outside yourself was going to make you a silver surfer after you died. You really believed in it in the way that you believe where Waze is telling you to go. Like it was a concrete thought. You can still have that philosophy these days.
Was that how the Crusades was?
Yeah,
Okay.
people back then really believed that there was an external force, and we have evolved in terms of our philosophy, even the religious among us even a zealot is somebody who's still saying, you know, I've looked within myself and I know what God's mission is. Kind of like they're not waiting for like a cloud to like come and help save them from pigeons or something. Like they're like nobody, like we've all evolved into humanism, the worship of humanity, and then taking that and saying like, well, there's two big branches of humanism that are kind of at odds. And like the one that's won out is liberal humanism, which is basically saying, look, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, but I know it's important to be human. And then the other one is the evolutionary humanism. And a lot of us probably go back and forth between these things, but in our current political state, you can see these things magnified to the point where they could kill ants and burn wood, because it's like the extreme forms of that shit in the way that you pull a lever in a polling booth is like, it's like, God damn it, the fucking, like the evolutionary humanism is like, I love humanity so much that I don't want that person slowing us down. I don't want that person getting away with anything. I'm tired of saying that that person's equal to that person when we all know that's not true. Some things are more valuable than others. Like, let's stop fucking around and let's get better. I say that with a mocking voice because that's not the team I fight for. Because I don't. How do you stand on that slope without slipping into the fucking Moff Tarkin territory? Like I don't know. Maybe it says more about me than you that I can't go near that fucking slope. I choose not to. I don't want to stand there. I prefer the liberal humanism, which is like. But the interesting thing is that he earns his trajectory by explaining where we've been and talking about how. Like World War II is like this kind of like grand sort of climax of it was a battle during which like liberal democracy it was this close to extinction because it was catching a left punch from socialism. All the poor people waking up. You can see this in your friends. We're having these conversations right now with the socialists saying, "Hey, liberals, you know." You are rich and you are privileged and you are saying that you want everybody to be free because if they're free to do what they did yesterday and do the same thing tomorrow, and you're free to be rich and they're free to be poor. And socialists are like, we're catching on to you. You're an elitist and God, get that left punch coming. And then at the same time, leading up to World War II, there's this right punch coming from your little characters around the world who are going, hey, I'm poor too, and you know what? I'm sick and tired of saying that guy's beautiful when the truth is he's ugly. And I don't want to listen to this song when I want to listen to Wagner. It's beautiful. It's the best music ever. And wow, I'm tired of fucking around, and I'm going to troll the world. And prove that everything is like needs to be better, and I stop lying. Everyone tell the truth. Life is ugly, and we can make it more beautiful if we fucking eat each other. And both of those guys, you get a left fist and a right fist coming at the people with all the money, who were like living high on the hog, and who could only win that war, that chapter, really by forming an alliance with socialism. Like that, it was like we could only really win World War II by teaming up with Russia. But that's just a microcosm of the general fact that as far as these data fields are concerned, these philosophies, it's like liberal democracy is sort of like saying, hey, can't we all just get along? Can't we all just hang out? And your crimes are unintentional, kind of, when you say that. Your crimes are silence. You know, your crimes are, you're not really helping necessarily. And that needed to be fused with, hey, it's great, you be poor, other people can be rich. We had to pair that with, I believe in that so much, I'd like to help the poor. Like that kind of fusion came out of that chapter, which is the only way that this liberalistic like humanism beat out the evolutionary humanistic model. But the punchline is that it matters to us a lot, but it doesn't really matter on the grand scale. You can tell this guy is like, those are just roads that sort of like go like this, and I'm waving my hands in a nonsensical motion for those.
He's like doing a double helix situation.
It's like, I consider it a great thing that one side won out over the other, but kind of all roads lead to a distinct lack of Rome in that, like, no matter it's like all humanism, which is the only thing that survived. Like no one's out there like, shh, don't. I worship a black cat from outer space that really exists. We are all humanists around the globe. So these like these warring factions of humanists are all going to one way or another be slaves to data, technology. We're not going to be able to say that our goal is for humanity to be either happy or evolved and improved. Those are just, both of those teams would eventually just get swallowed up by algorithmic thinking. Because even if you're the most loving, like let's just play it as it lays, open your heart, be a good person kind of person, like it's only going to be a matter of time before that person has to admit that doing that without using data that we are uncovering about people is actually just willful disobedience of making people happy. Like we're quickly approaching a threshold, according to this author, where like computers are they're not computers. Like I still think of computers as like a laptop and all this shit, whatever. The fucking information field that we're creating, the Internet of all things, is gonna know us better than we know ourselves. We're not gonna be able to keep up with people who are willing to let data tell them who to date tomorrow, what to eat, where to put their kids in school, like how to approach their philosophy. Like no matter what your philosophy is, algorithms are going to be. It's like the way I put it. I'm not paraphrasing him. I'm just like you can't shake your fist at a choo-choo train faster than a train. Like you can stand next to a train track and go like, I hate that darn train track. Like, and you could be right. Like train tracks are ugly. The thing blows smoke. It's beautiful next to the train track. You could live in a nice log cabin, but everybody on the train is going to fuck more and make more people than the person in the log cabin. So that's just the basic.
So where does that put your philosophy right now? Like where are you at?
I think it puts all of our philosophies in this kind of like just sort of newly perspective. Like it's just like, oh, so that's the struggle we're having right now. But then it's like, oh, does it really matter almost? Like, because it's like we're so close to an age. And he wrote this book in 2016, it's like January, I think. And so I would think that he would have more paragraphs about told you so if while he was writing it, he was like working this like shit happening, because he's kind of predicting it in this book. And I'm like, oh shit.
What is he predicting?
Well, just the idea that that democracy is going to start to be assailed by data, that algorithms, and he gives this example, and I think it's just blind. Like he didn't read about Cambridge Analytica. Right. He's just giving the example. He goes like, Facebook accounts have more information about people than they have about themselves, and they did a study where people said they gave people's closest friends a test about their friend. They said, how well do you know Jeff Davis? Answer these questions, and then they kept the algorithmically predicted answers to themselves, and theirs were more accurate. That Facebook itself can answer questions about you more than your friends can, and then on top of it, more than you can. That because we don't remember shit, like we live a fucking weird experiential life, but our narrative is like, it's hardwired. So the guy gives this example, it's a little hokey, but it's also just kind of poetic of like you're gonna go on a date in the future and you say to your Cortana Google thing, you go, I don't know who I got Carl called me and Jerry called me. Like, Jerry's awesome and he makes me laugh, but Carl has more respect for me. I don't know. I'm so confused. My parents so I don't know what to do. And like, we'll quickly be approaching a time when this Google Cortana Siri thing, like whatever this is, will say to you, hey, listen, I know you better than you know yourself. Like, I'm not talking down to you. I'm just here to help. And I know you so well that I know you're not going to like what I have to tell you. But I have monitored your heart rate on every date you've ever been on with both of these guys. And I have monitored their heart rates, or rather, I've talked to their Cortana Google series, and because you guys gave limited authorization to do a little brokering of the adrenaline, of the endocrine levels, and the things that you've felt, and I've read all of the books that you've read. I've even finished the books that you fell asleep reading, and I've noted the parts where you fall asleep. I've noted the paragraphs that you have to read over and over again, because some of them they're important to you. Some of them you're too dense to get. Like, And all of this for me is information, and for you it's just fleeting gas. And you don't, if you get a cold, you might vote wrong. Whereas I know what you march for, and I know what t-shirts you buy, and I know how you genuinely feel on average for the last 15 years of your life. And I'm telling you, 87% Carl. That's all I'm gonna say. And also, wear the green dress. It makes you look better. You've been retaining water lately, and you tend to blah, blah, blah. Like, it's gonna tell you, it's gonna be better at telling you shit that's gonna actually make you succeed by our definitions of success, better than your aunt can.
What's bad about that, though?
There's nothing bad. It's like this guy is continually pummeling. It's meat tenderizing. It's just like it just bashes humanity into like this. It's like he's like, just admit it. We're going to merge with data.
Yeah, like Spencer, like you're into this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this sounds great.
Does that scare you, or do you dig that?
No, because I think the bad aspects of that, like society using evil data to control people's minds, that's already happening. So like, it's going to get worse the same way everything's always getting worse. But I think the potential for good is good. I don't know. There's one government. I don't know where it is. It's in like the Netherlands or something. I don't know. But they have a section of government where they enact legislation by science. So they use data to determine what's probably the best policy to enact. Wow. Then they do a test run of that policy, take data, and then they analyze that policy and do another test policy until they have policy that they can actually enact that they know is going to work. And it doesn't have to do with voting. It's just data and knowledge and science. And that's probably better than governance. I can see how that can be hijacked by manipulators, but on its own, but that's all that every system
but
is like
if it flows freely enough, hacking it shouldn't matter too much. Like especially things that don't have to do with privacy.
Do we all have to fuck Carl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 87%
we'll have to wear a
of
green
us.
dress and body shave ourselves.
I'm more concerned about this green dress.
It makes a pretty compelling argument for like, right now we're worried about voting fraud and like how do we keep the polls honest, and hopefully we'll get through that. But there is going to come a point where we're going to start. If we're going to evolve, we're going to be asking ourselves at a certain point, why are we going to the poll to do this when the poll is supposed to be a measurement of all of these like processors that are supposed to be networked together, that are living their life together and having a social contract together? So why go every 2 years and 4 years for these referendums that are like that are purposely boiling things down to an obfuscated like kind of set of data, as opposed to just like if the algorithms get good enough at regulating society and making things fair for people, if that's its directive, hey, Skynet, make things fair. Okay, we'll do. We'll go through phases where we're like, Skynet, I'm watching you. Don't go Terminator on us. Haha, I saw that movie too. I understand the reference. But seriously, I'll get you to work on time, and we'll kind of like let Waze get us to work on time a few times before we're willing to say, all right, just pick the route, and then after a while, if everyone says just pick the route, we're not going to get any more upset about it picking everyone's route and collectively ushering us into ways that get everyone home any more than we get upset about, hey, who chose the shape of this aluminum can? I think big vending machines behind this soda. Like we're not like, how do you know, how I'm boxed out of whether or not this is a perfect cylinder. Like we just kind of trust a bunch of shit after a while. We're just like, okay, I guess that's how soda should be shaped. I don't know. I grew up on it. And yeah, any kind of hacking stories will just be like, see, that's why you need more security. Like these North Koreans gave you a flu, like in your nanovirus protection, like your kid got a cold because of North Korea. Guess we need to upgrade. Like, and anybody that's a Luddite is just gonna get sick and die sooner. Oh well. Look, I'm out. I always finish these books. I get a pit in my stomach, and then I'm like, just get to the part where you say this won't happen for 50 years, and that's what he does at the end. He's like, of course, this could take 50 years or 100. I'm like, peace. I just want people to find my one-eyed Willy skeleton with a Minecraft laptop. Like fucking, what? Is this a boob? What did he want? Try to close the laptop and a fucking bowling ball falls on you. For no reason. I mean, there's no treasure. What the fuck were those pirates doing? What the fuck what were they doing? Like, how
Arg! Let's go into this cave. It's
Okay,
raining.
all right, but just for a little bit, right,
Just
Willie?
for a little bit.
I don't-
It's raining and I'm getting me patch wet.
Okay, and I
Come
understand
on.
the Spanish are chasing us to Seattle, and
Yada yada yada.
I just want to make
Yada,
sure,
yada,
Willie,
yada.
Willie, you have a tendency to overdevelop things, and I want to make sure, as a pirate who's been honored to work with you,
I've
that
been
you don't go
honored to
into
work
a
with you, sir.
tailspin of.
Right.
Okay.
We could have been in there 3 times by now.
Okay,
Let's
all right.
go.
You don't have to high road me.
right.
Let's
Unless you want to
hide.
start speaking Spanish, let's get into the cave.
Let's hide in the cave.
Because it's raining out.
Okay, it's raining in the Spanish.
Raining out. Okay, good.
Let's make sure. You know what? Let's seal this. Let's seal it up behind us.
I'll seal it up with cement.
Okay. You know what? Make sure the cement
Is wet.
Well, that it, just make sure there's like a kind of Omega protocol where if the ship needs to go back out, that there's something that can trigger the ship leaving. You're sealing. Don't seal us in. To die.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
¿Qué pasa? ¿Cómo se llaman?
Shit.
Oh, fuck. God damn it. The Spanish found us. I knew we shouldn't have gone to Seattle.
No me importa nada.
Well, look, hey, all right. You're either going to need to be join One-Eyed Willie and the Pirates. I promise you riches beyond your wildest imaginings.
What's in it for me? What's in it for me?
Well,
I speak English because, the English and the
treasure
Spanish.
is in it for you.
Okay.
What we request is a bit of help setting a few moderate booby traps.
Okay. That is my specialty.
Because we can't have this repeated. Does anyone else know? We can't have more of you.
I'm just a lonely Spanish pirate. That just
All
come out.
right. Let's talk. More work.
Does anyone know piano?
Piano.
I have an idea for a booby trap.
I'm not the best with instruments.
Sí.
You've taken piano?
Yo conozco el piano.
Okay. I'm going to get 10 of our guys to dig a bottomless pit.
Right.
Or find one. Fuck it. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Oh, hay un pit cerca de aquí.
You found a pit?
Yes, no. This place is built next to a giant pit.
Oh, great.
So,
well, let's build one of these concrete seals.
Am I still with the wall? I mean, what?
Yes, you keep up at the wall.
Oh, all right, okay. I didn't stop. but-
Actually, you know what?
What?
Can I just one memo before we start all these booby trap projects?
yes.
Can we make sure that
Cement's drying.
Can we make sure every day, no matter how much booby trap work we have to do,
Todos los días.
we all meet back here in the galley of the ship and sit down in case we all die at the same time.
That seems like very, very sound advice.
It's just,
It's
I know
just-
it's a rare chance, but if it happens, boy, can you imagine finding this ship.
but
And it's
why-
like, whoa, they all died around the table.
All right. I'm going to go find a piano and put it next to the pit. What am I doing? I forget.
Give me a music, sheet music for scales.
Okay.
And tell Tony to stop driving like a maniac, or I swear I'm gonna stab him in both eyes.
Okay.
Until to the point where bone grows over his eye sockets,
I feel
wedging the knives in.
I feel like you need to calm down. I think take
Cement's drying.
Tranquility.
You're right.
Still
Sorry.
drying.
Has anyone put the giant octopus in the
No,
water?
we're not going to use that. We decided we took a couple pictures that didn't work out.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
Arr.
It was a good idea there. It was a good idea there, but
All right.
we just didn't. It just didn't come together the way. And the cement is dry. It's dry.
I'm
Okay.
gonna.
I didn't.
Well, shit,
I
now we're
was
sealed
waiting
in.
for you to finish talking to do the Omega door.
Senores, I have the piano right next to the bottomless pit.
Oh shit. Okay, that's
He
gonna.
dropped his pee.
I predict that that's gonna keep happening. You know what we need to do? We need to make a safety water slide that leads right to the ship for anyone who runs
On
into too
it.
much trouble, so they can just skirt around all of the traps.
On it.
No matter whether they fail or succeed, they
On
should
it.
just be able to ultimately just slide down a water slide
Hey.
and get right to the treasure.
Hey, already done.
Oh, great.
Already done.
Great.
All right.
Hello.
What's a fucking
Oh
ghost?
God, he's a ghost.
It's a fucking ghost. shit!
I am the god Poseidon.
Oh, it's a fucking
Who
god.
Who put this guy in charge? This guy doesn't know what the fuck how to do shit. I'm just a god Poseidon, but this guy seems like he doesn't. He's all over the shop.
Yeah, Aquaman in the house. What the fuck is going on over
Oh
here?
shit, Aquaman!
Oh shit.
Hey, Aquaman, look at this guy over here. He's breaking rules and fucking.
What the crossover is going? What?
It's Aquaman.
What the hell?
I mean, yeah. Anyways, well, it just seems like
Quit playing with the piano.
It seems like those pirates spent a
So
lifetime,
okay, that
kinda-
was the Goonies.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was the Goonies.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in a commercial for the Goonies.
Oh really?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
That's the end of that story.
Like you were saying, like I just saw it and it's great.
No, my dad worked. My dad worked for a TV station, and like back then, like local channels did a lot more legwork than they currently do relative to like the top-down advertising stuff. So he cut the local ad for like the TV showing of the Goonies, and his genius idea was like having his kids get sucked into the television set where they're going through all these Goonies scenes that they're green screened into.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What?
How long have I known you? Why are you first telling us this now?
Did you?
Where is this?
It took me that
Why
whole
are we
sketch.
watching it?
It took me that
Where
whole
is it?
sketch to realize you were doing the Goonies.
Where?
I did not know that this was what
Yeah.
you cared about.
I understand that was a long pier for you to walk off of to know what we were talking about, the Goonies. But we've known you since the fucking documentary
I
about
didn't know
this
that's
guy.
something that matters to people.
You haven't told us that you got zapped into a television green screen in front of shit. Where is it?
I don't
Where
know.
is it?
I bet we
I
can
want to
find
watch it now.
Yeah. It doesn't
Where?
So
Where?
I don't know. Well, can you guys look for it while we're doing this? I don't know what to search for.
Can you call somebody?
Don't pay attention to the comedy.
Call somebody.
I could text my dad. Let's see what he
Text your
says.
dad. There. What a genius idea. Are you fucking kidding me? Did you have the beard back then?
Yeah, I had the beard.
Just to warn you, if you try to text your dad, there's no signal up here, and a lot of people will think you texted your dad 2 weeks in a row, and they'll be really disappointed to hear that the messages didn't actually go out.
Oh.
I can't believe this shit I'm hearing. I can't believe it.
Why can't you?
What are you?
Why are you
Because
surprised?
it
I don't
sounds
understand.
So fucking cool.
Why?
What? What are you talking about?
Why
you don't
does
know
it sound-
why?
No, because I was a kid sitting on a couch, and my dad took maybe 12 seconds of footage, and then he cut an ad out of it. Like, I wasn't like I was at home. What's cool about it? You have to explain what's cool about it.
Well, don't you ever laugh at Tim and Eric stuff? Like,
Well, sure.
well, so it probably looks kind of funny that you're getting green screen zapped into the Goonies, and also it's you, and you probably don't have a beard,
Right.
And there's probably a lot of funny elements about it. It's
Yeah, the
It's
same
like,
way there's a
it's
lot
like
of...
finding out that like after knowing Jack Black for 1,000 years that he was the guy in the Pitfall commercial.
yeah.
But that's good because like Pitfall was an enduring game and commercial.
And
like this was-
Goonies isn't well remembered.
Yeah,
I get
no,
it.
not at all.
I get it. I
No.
see the comparison.
No one cares about the Goonies.
Nobody cares about it.
No.
I care about you, the old man. I want to see this commercial.
See, that's what I wasn't getting. That makes
I
sense.
got high with Dick Donner, the director of The Goonies, but I didn't know that it was.
Richard Donner.
Yeah, he was
it's
just.
Dick to Jeff because he got high with him.
I didn't know it was Richard Donner who created like Superman or directed Superman.
The creator of Superman, Richard Donner. Hi. Remember when I created Superman?
He
I
directed.
remember the first drawing of Superman when I was
He directed Superman.
I was Richard Donner, and I drew, wrote, and created Superman before making the movie
Why are you mad
Superman.
Don't be mad at me.
And the Goonies.
I'm on your
I
side.
was a comic book artist.
I'm on your side.
Richard Donner. Dick Donner to my closest friends.
How many of you guys honestly by applause and
That was a good Richard Donner.
I'm predicting 8%. Some of you guys who are on the cusp that are gonna do that, you're gonna fake this to make yourselves feel younger. So that's margin of error 8%. But applaud if you didn't get the Goonies references. Okay, that's a margin of 8%. That's like so like 4 people. Okay, I'm still happy. I would have been fine
Applaud if you didn't enjoy yourself anyway.
I'm actually kind of. I've never thought that movie.
Reddit is going.
Schrab's clapping exaggeratedly.
Hand's bigger.
I didn't get that. Oftentimes I don't hear the first half of what Rob says, so I just catch him on the tail, and I'm like, what is happening?
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
But I would have been fine, by the way, if it was the whole audience. I would have been a little regretful of making you listen to 10 minutes of radio play about Goonies. But
Why are these chairs taped off for you, sir? Are you?
Can you read off those names on that tape?
Bright Bart.
Like the supremacy.
Okay, these are fuckers that I invited. Where? You're there?
Born in Hickenbottom?
So in the future,
I thought you were.
You have seats up front,
Elbows.
motherfucker. You're fucking bumming.
Yeah.
Walk it down here and get your up front
in the
seat.
future, we'll have Jeff
This guy's
tell
a-
you that we're roping off seats for you. That way you'll know.
This guy's name is Hickenbotham? All right, get down there.
Thank God you didn't do that.
Yeah, that's not his fault. That's not his fault.
Somebody is named Bourne like Jason Bourne with an E, and someone's name is Hickenbotham, which sounds like a made-up name.
It is a weird, like, you picture Jason Bourne when you picture,
Here-
and then
here's
Hickenbotham, you
Hickenbotham.
picture like a jug band.
Welcome Hickenbotham and Bourne, everybody.
Here's Hickenbotham and Bourne's hee-haw act from years ago. Dinner. Hey, Jason, is it true that
Do you want to start? You want to start?
I wanted to come up from the cornstalk. The music plays.
Do you want to
the
start
guy
from the top?
Till the music goes away.
Look what happened. It looks like another Hickenbotham and Bourne sketch.
Okay, all right. Well, it's not going to hold up, but that's okay. Hey, Bourne. Yeah, Hickenbotham. Is it true when you sit in any room, you always are aware of where the exits are and how to field strip any weapon? Yeah, but I still can't get my ex-wife to stop taking alimony. Hee-haw! Now, I know you saw the Goonies, but I also know I got away with that because you've never seen hee-haw. I've barely seen hee-haw, and I'm a test tube baby. That's how old I am.
Yeah, they stood up behind like plywood corn and told jokes.
Yeah.
So it's very good.
Hey, Doc, I heard an invisible man can't outshine your corn pone.
Say what?
They also would have a bit where they would have this old man with glasses and a mustache sitting at a window miming like he's wiping the window, but there was no glass, and then you would hear off camera, "Hey, Grandpa, what's for supper?" "Well, we've got corn on the cob and rice and beans, and we also got some green beans too.
Yeah.
Yum, yum." And then they would go back, and then that was it. That was
Yeah.
it. That was the bit. They did it every single episode.
And remember Roy Clark and what's his name? They would sing that, "She met another," and she was gone. But the gimmick was they'd sing the same song every time, but then the runner was that they would in each other's
Spit
faces
on each other.
and then they would like break and laugh. There was a lot of the 70s culture was all about people breaking and laughing at what they were doing. So like the Cannonball Run was like,
Yeah, it was like the hillbilly version of Laugh-In, where
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
more progressive.
you could get away with a lot of just like you barely had to.
My
do
wife told me, "Honey, it's our 50th wedding anniversary tonight. Let's run upstairs and have sex." And I told her I cannot do both. I might look hard to get, but I can be had. These are hee-haw jokes.
Yeah,
Also, I think it's time to introduce the band, and the band would all get up and, hello, my name's James. They'd all get up and shake hands.
You know, it'd be interesting. It makes me, because I was thinking, oh, you're like a digital Henny Youngman, and I was thinking like, it'd be interesting to do like, no one's doing like a full new wave like Gary Newman version of Henny Youngman, like a guy that's just like looks like a corpse, and he's got like baggy eyes, and like and he just has like goth hair, but he's like, and he tells these like one-liners, and then does like Gary Newman stings like. My wife came to me and told me that she doesn't want to see me anymore. I said, I can't riff a one-liner. I said, why don't you poke your eyes out? Me and my car. I guess friends are electric. It's just Zach Galifianakis, but the piano's electric. I mean, look, I don't care if what I want to see is compatible with the planet anymore. Mm-hmm. I'm very comfortable retiring from the Earth. I just want to.
What's one thing that you're comfortable not seeing?
Well, I'm still kind of getting used to like the Twitter addiction. Like I've been off of Twitter for
you look
like
great.
A month now, and
you've lost like 40 characters.
I still. I still have like a kind of like residual like sense of loss, like a phantom limb. I mean, like a decade is a long time to express yourself and connect to others in one specific medium. Like even my generation isn't used to such stability. Like like things usually change faster than Twitter even did. And so it's like I still feel like a kind of like the myth of the soldier who like was like my arm hurts, and it's like your arm got blown off, and it's like you have this like I'm like I should tweet this, kind of like you still have this sort of like electrical impulse like that's a tweet, but you can't tweet it, but then because that subsides, it's very much like because I quit smoking. I smoked from 18 to 32, so kind of a comparable addiction like level as far as like what to get over. And so if it is like smoking, then I guess like maybe a month from now it'll parabolically get to the point where I'll be like, oh, did I used to tweet? You know, like, because I forget that I was ever a smoker, but like that first couple months is like, God damn it, what the fuck? Your whole neurology is based around this minute to minute like flow chart. Just like a whole section of your flow chart is taken out, and it's tough because we are none of us like we are right to not admit that it's important to us. Like why would we want to say that? We know that it's stupid. And so that actually makes it harder. Same as with cigarettes, because cigarettes don't say it's good for you. Like they show like a cowboy going like, I'm just fucking do what I fucking want. You know, like the messaging of cigarettes is like, fuck society and fucking die before you can fucking kill me.
That's a great commercial for cigarettes.
Good luck killing me, motherfucker. Can't shoot a corpse. That really is kind of the messaging.
I'll be dead 40 seconds before you kill me.
But yeah, so and it's those kind of like benign little things. Like I work. What I'm hoping will return is like the blogging instinct or something. I so miss my 27-year-old self. I miss that kid that was so trustful of the internet and so actually like appropriately self-loathing. Just enough that all he wanted was to actually just splay himself, scatter himself against the rocks of the internet and say, yeah, look at every fucking shitty little piece of me, and choke on it. Like I like that guy. I think that guy's punk rock and interesting. Cool. and but I don't know if at 45 I don't know if it's healthy to emulate that guy. We all know that's what 45-year-old guys do. They try to emulate 27-year-olds, and then the result is a little messy. It results in a sunroof, basically. sunroof with a big bald spot
What
coming
about
out
doing
of it.
like a diaristic thing like David Sedaris does, where he writes, like little short stories?
Well, that's what I'm basically. I'm hoping that maybe that this Twitter, that Twitter point of the neurology that it represents like a cauterized like thing that will force a new neurology pattern that behind that is an impulse to share and explore, and that it will be forced after a while. I don't want to force it. That it will grow, like, and it'll go like, God damn, I just want to fucking write. Like, I'm waiting to. My therapist said, like, you have to create a new personality that isn't linked to your brand and your fame and all these things, because these things are. Those things are not like you're nostalgic for an age before you were famous, and so that kid is shooting a slingshot at the moon, and that's freedom of expression. That's really like that's when you're hot and you're interesting and you're saying things that like people want to listen to, and then you like so if you have any hope, what you really need to, and you want to share your thoughts online, what I need to do is like keep an actual diary like I did when I was 27, but it's like the difficult thing is like I need to like become a different person. I need to like just be some random person who has 0 followers on Monday and it's just
books.
Bachman books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be a Richard Bachman. Be a Bachman.
But it's tough. I mean,
you need to be a Bachman. Dick Bachman.
Am I being a pain in the ass, Dan, to suggest again that like you knuckle down and write features, that the stuff that you want to get off your chest, and don't like do the thing that's the scariest.
I have jobs and stuff that'll be very fulfilling and all this stuff, but I'm talking about like the kind of like driftwood part of the stuff that's still part joy and part what I am good at, I'm obviously like so focused on Rick and Morty right now, and don't want a drop of myself to risk like not going into that barrel. But the truth is that there's a bunch of me that's of no use to Rick and Morty, and I would like to think that I'm still capable of like writing, of going like, this is the day I had, this is how I feel about the world, this is what I want to say to anyone who finds this after I'm dead.
For me, like as a friend of yours, I'm going to hear most of what's already on your mind because we hang out, but I would like to have it in paper form. I would like to have it as a book.
Me too. I want to go back to that. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like I remember when Twitter came out, because I was Spencer's age when MySpace happened, and I remember walking with my friend Stephen Notley, who's been on this podcast. I remember him as literally the first person that said the word blog to me. We were walking back from the Rustic Inn to my place in Los Feliz, and he was talking about technology and how excited he was, and he said like, oh, and people are doing these blogs now, and I'm like, what's a blog? And he's like, it's just like this crazy thing. It's like this cultural revolution where people are keeping these online diaries and they're just sharing whatever. Like it's like there's a guy that is an artist for Disney, and he just says whatever the fuck he wants to say. It's like he works at Disney, but it's like it's hard for us to understand that. But back then it was kind of like a loophole. The internet was like sort of like, in your wildest dreams, anyone's ever going to listen to this, because it's still what Dan Rather thinks that's important. And we exited that age so blindingly fast that we can't even remember that it was like, we went to the internet to actually put messages in bottles, and we're like, wouldn't it be hilarious if anybody ever found this? And like that culture was so interesting. I don't know if we can ever get it back, but I remember when Twitter started happening, how unmistakable it was. It was as clear as the difference between cocaine, which I have snorted numerous times to great end, and like talked about improv for 6 hours with people, the only other people who on coke would want to talk about improv for 6 hours. And then I remember getting that key bump of crystal, like in a bathroom, where it was like this burn, and it was like, what the fuck is wrong with your Coke? And that friend going, that wasn't Coke. I was like, yeah, it was shiny. And it was like, that was crystal meth. And it was like, it was ground up. And it was like, why do I want to go home and like violate my sofa? Like I don't want to talk to anyone about improv, but I want to build a rocket. I don't know what I want. It was just a different thing, and it didn't really matter if it was better or worse. It was just the fact that it kind of made the other thing obsolete. I remember with Twitter, it was like microblogging, and I noticed I was like tweeting, and people were making fun of Twitter, and they were like, oh, because Twitter would say, what's going on, and then you'd answer, go, I don't know, and everyone was like, tweet, I don't know, what the fuck is this? What's this shit? And then it was like, you just noticed, I was like, oh, I'm not blogging anymore. Why would I? When there was this rush, who was I kidding about why I was blogging? And yet the irony is the discipline was more admirable.
But also the blogging thing was a way of micro writing where you could have been putting down things on paper, and they could have been novels or short stories or diaristic
but
stuff.
The big catch-22 is that this is where I want to let all of us off the hook. It's like, we got to accept that the fact is that we're motivated by a lot more than craftsmanship. We just simply, it is really hard to tell somebody to keep a journal and put it under their bed every night. There's a couple people out here maybe are like, what do you mean? That's the easiest thing in the world. I love doing it. You fucking won the neurological lottery, because there is this like insidious, weird, lobe of your brain that goes back to when you're a chimp, I think, that's just like, yeah, but when you're a kid and there's no internet, writing in a spiral notebook about how your day went, I have 5 spiral notebooks filled with my dumbass 16-year-old thoughts, because there wasn't enough internet back then for me to be that narcissistic in digital form. And if there was Twitter when I was that age, I wouldn't have written these obnoxious essays that I wrote.
Is it about the immediacy of it? Like if you,
I think it's just what we're seeking.
If you get a job writing a TV show or a film, and you go, okay, I have to work on this. I get notes. It all goes. It takes months and months, maybe years and years for you and Rob to write a thing together, or you alone to write a thing. Is it the immediacy? And
I think it's the ratio. I think it is. It's like to take a little piece of what you just said, if you get a job doing something it's like Dorothy Parker said, I hate writing, I love having written, but also I can't give you a first draft, but I love closing the deal to write one. that day that you run off of the Warner Brothers lot and you're like, they fucking bought it. What the fuck? Talking robots meet a SpongeBob. Whoa! You run out to the bar and you're like, SpongeBob's gonna say this, and then this robot dick's gonna come out. Oh my god, this is gonna be the best movie ever. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, I got a fucking dopamine rush off of selling that movie. I'm not gonna write it.
If Dorothy Parker or Winston Churchill or Juna Barnes or all these hilarious all the Algonquin Roundtable writers had Twitter, they wouldn't have written shit. They would just go, oh, I get the dopamine rush of having said one little epigram and made everybody fucking freak out, and then I can go to bed and do drugs forever.
It's really what we're good at. I mean, again, not to drive it into the ground, but that Sapiens book, it doesn't mention Twitter, I don't think, once, but it's glaring, it's throbbing off of that book when it talks about what I was talking about, how we defeated Neanderthals and Homo erectus because of our predilection for gossip. It's eerily uplifting and downtrodden to learn that your species is doing all the things that it's currently doing, not as some weird byproduct of sentience, which is this race from animal to God, but that exactly what we're doing right now is exactly the thing that we've always been good at, and we tweeted the Neanderthals out of existence.
Explain that to me.
Our ability to understand things beyond 100 people is how we beat all of the other forms of human.
His technical term for it was that sapiens developed like sentience and then subjectivity, the ability to think abstractly, and then when you can relate abstract ideas.
It's gossip. So like if I
that's
say to you,
gossip.
I go, hey, did you hear that this guy, Jeremy Johnson, like what he said about like how we should kick the Neanderthals' ass? Like our species was able to reach that. Neanderthals couldn't do that. They couldn't go like, hey, did you hear what Ugg said about
What?
It's just like they were arguably more intelligent than us on like a local level. Like we probably, I think we would have really gotten along with them. Like I really.
Could we do a scene where a
Jeremy?
Homo sapiens meets a
Who's
Neanderthal and tries to gossip
I'm
with
Jeremy.
Try to gossip with a Neanderthal.
Okay, please give us a music cue.
Stand up from the corn husks?
No, it's more
Cornfield?
of a scene, right? I'm visiting your cave. I'm coming around. And I think, could I make a suggestion that okay, well, I'll do it. Okay. Hey.
Wait. Okay, so you're Homo
Hello?
sapien.
Hello? Hello?
Huh? What? Huh?
Hi. Sorry. Hi. Sorry. Don't throw a spear at me. Hey. Hi.
Yes, hi.
I'm Balmar. My species just moved into the field beyond the mammoths tree. Is that what you call it, by the way? I don't even know. Anyways, I brought a fruitcake, which we do it when we move in. We bring people fruitcakes. Hi. Are you Neanderthal? Is that racist? Sorry, I don't.
Tree?
Yeah, tree, the mammoth tree. And wow, you have a huge.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Tree.
Ugg. Hi, Ugg Bomar.
Tree.
Yes. Yeah, I brought you here. Look what I brought you, a cake.
Trees.
I brought you a cake. No, those aren't trees. That's a
Trees?
cake. That's a fruit cake.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, look at this art. Will you look at this art?
Trees?
Yeah, trees. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you do this? Did you make this art?
Instead of saying, please,
Right.
trees. Thank you.
I like you. Do you like me? No?
Why?
Just because we're neighbors. We want to get along. Like, God forbid we don't get along. You know, there's a million kinds of fox. There's a million kinds of bear. You know what they say? There could be a million kinds of human. We don't want all but one of us to go extinct. That's not a solution. I think we should get along. Oh, well, okay. Is that supposed to happen? Okay. All right, you're wiping it, just smelling it.
Honey.
I'm busy.
Okay. I'll go back. I'm sorry. I'll go back to the hot rock.
Is that your wife? Your mate? Your partner? I don't want to offend. I don't know what you guys do. I'm sorry, that sounded like... okay. All right, well, I feel like... Okay. Is that a sign of... Does that mean welcome?
Honey, just tell him.
Hi. I'm Bomar.
The kids are upstairs.
Yes?
Are you just gonna keep pooping?
Oh, you have kids? Oh, I have kids too. That makes us the same. We both have kids.
I'm gonna.
You want me to?
No,
to,
no,
to
you-
get the kids.
Keep talking to your friend. I'll go.
Hi, I'm
I'll go up
Bomar.
and
So
deal-
keep doing
I'm
what I've been
Bomar.
doing.
Hi,
before you
I'm
interrupt.
Bomar.
Look,
Hi, I'm Bomar.
Look,
Hi, I'm
it's
Bomar.
Not, it's not like.
Don't talk to her. Do not talk to her.
Okay, well now some of it's getting on me, and I just I'm gonna stand on the outside of the cave, and I can't tell. I'm sorry.
Honey, does the ceremony start in 5 minutes? Or what happens?
Do you guys have a ceremony?
Yeah, it's.
I'm Bomar. Hi.
What?
Is that okay? Like,
Hey, Bomar, I hate to interrupt, but
oh,
Whoa! What the?
Whoa, look,
it's my trainer. It's my trainer.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Bomar, look, the fucking
No,
guys.
stand back over here. Sorry. No, you don't have to physically Okay. Well, no, I was
No.
in the radio play. Okay.
Bomar.
Yeah.
You're an
We said-
asshole.
We said you got 2 minutes to figure out if we got to camp these guys.
No. Okay. No,
I
I
got
don't
everybody
think.
behind Mammoth Tree.
I don't think we
Not
need to.
50
Give me the
Homo
spear.
sapiens.
I don't think they have
What?
a chance.
Get me the spear.
Don't. No. No.
Get me the spear.
I think he's more of a man than you ever were.
All right. No,
You
come
don't
on.
get
That's
the spear.
not. Don't.
You don't get the spear. Hey.
That's not.
Would a real man be able to do this?
Oh.
Let's just cut to the chase. Let's just cut to the chase.
Okay.
What?
They gossip.
Here's a spear.
No, they can't
Here's a
gossip.
spear.
I'm going back. I'm going to get the guys. I'm
hold
going
on.
back
Yeah,
over to
well,
Mammoth.
okay,
Here's
but
two
just-
spears.
Thank you.
2 spears.
Okay.
Hey.
Run.
Whoa! Hey, okay, that's not. That's something. That's crossing a line. Okay, can I
Run!
explain that? We don't
Run.
Have,
Hey. My house. Get out of it.
okay, I'm out. I'm out of it, but that's not nice. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, and I'm giving you a stone.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Police.
You know.
Invent the police and then call. Invent the police.
Approaching, marching.
Invent,
Do you guys hear that? Do you
invent
hear
the
that?
phone. What happened?
Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of 500 Cro-Magnon feet. I'm going to explain something to you that you're not going to understand. 30,000 years from now, your best shot is being 1% in someone's 23andMe. I would like to make that last as long as possible. Maybe get that to 2%. I'm talking about don't fucking point spears at me. Don't jerk off with your own shit. Okay? Don't jerk off with your own shit.
Oh hell no!
And don't talk to your wife that way.
You went too far now.
Yeah.
We've been jerking off in our own shit for 100 million years.
100 million years.
Well,
This morning.
maybe you
You
haven't.
think you can come in here with your complete sentences and not jerking off and poop?
I came here with a fruitcake and a fucking last chance.
What?
All right, Bomar. Got the boys outside.
All right, use those special things from the Nat Geo documentary that are like they look like an incense holder, but there's a notch in them that throws an arrow farther than any spear can go.
spear thrower.
Addle.
Okay, here we are standing back further than any spear can land,
I'm just
using
gonna,
our like weird highlight yard.
I'm gonna hide behind a rock.
Let them fly. Yup. You guys dead? You extinct? Oh boy. It's gonna be a long epoch. There are epochs and there are epochs. Yeah. That was good though. It was like I don't think Mel Brooks could have done that better.
I think it tells a story about how we got here.
But look, I don't think the Neanderthals were like dumb. I think that's the weird thing. I think that we were humans, so we were all way above chimpanzees. And when you look at chimpanzees, you're like, Jesus Christ, these dudes are really close to, like everybody that was
So
human.
the Neanderthals, like, Bob Neanderthal goes up to Jill Neanderthal and goes, "Hey, did you hear about Jim over there?"
And then
the other one would go, like, "Hey, man, don't do that."
Well, he's like, I think
Don't do that.
I think
And
he's
that
like,
was it?
I think you get 100 Neanderthal tribe, and then one Neanderthal goes up, the other goes like, "Hey, did you hear about Jim?" And if he has heard about Jim and he knows Jim, he's like, yeah, totally, gotcha. Right. But
How
then
did that-
what we invented was the idea of like, hey, did you hear about this guy, Jim? Who's Jim? Well, anyways, he's this guy from 30 miles away. Maybe you'll meet him one day, maybe you won't, but he's like this, right? And so he's looking at this snake, and the snake like tries to bite him, and he grabs it and he fucking eats it. Jim's a hero. Pass the word along. Jim's the fucking best. In fact, you know
Kill
what?
snakes.
I'm going to give you actually a piece of fabric that has the word J on it, and like it means Jim. And like if we ever come around and we go like, dude, Jim needs to fucking muscle up. The Neanderthals are giving us trouble. Like, can we count on you guys? My handshake's my bond. Like, we'll leave you in peace. These concepts, the concept of it's a shirt. Don't overreact. A shirt fell off my lap. But it's basically that. It's our ability to believe in things that are not real.
Weaponizing abstract thought.
Here's a way that we would love to hang out with Neanderthals right now. Is that Neanderthals would be like, hey, can you hang out tomorrow night? And we would say, no, Neanderthal, I have to work. And the Neanderthal would go, why? I just asked if you want to hang out tomorrow night. It's going to be the best by Neanderthal standards. And we'd be like, I know I can't because even though I'm square right now with American Express, like if I don't keep working, I might get fired. And if I do get fired, I won't be able to pay. And the Neanderthal's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm asking if you want to hang out tomorrow night. Like Neanderthal is basically Styles in Teen Wolf. It's every.
I take offense to that.
Because it's being in the moment. I mean, it's like we kind of invented being out of the moment. It's kind of sad, like that we.
Oh yeah,
we invented the, but it's also it's just as good too though.
So
We invented Peter Pan and we invented taxes.
Well, I mean, I got a theory.
Oh yeah, we're
definitely. If you look at the brain patterns and like that type of thing, if you take abstract thought and like things that can distract you from a meditative state, for instance, right? So like. Regrets, what happened yesterday, what I'm going to do tomorrow, things that you want to happen, the stream of consciousness or whatever. A lot of monks and a lot of serious motherfuckers dedicate 50, 70 years in a cave to get to that level, to even like get rid of that stream. We barely even know what that type of a mind is capable of.
We're at best able to do 200 hours certification.
My man. I mean, yeah, at the very least.
What was that, a Yupalite?
That was a Yup Nation out there.
You trying to create a Yup army around here?
I mean, yo, I got people, I got eyes on every corner.
You overthrowing my Neanderthal tribe? Go ahead, please.
Well, it is, anyway. Just long story short, so I've studied the yoga and stuff, and it's either bullshit or it's not. But what these guys say is that these high-level motherfucker monks could do some heavy-duty shit. Like, but everywhere from levitation to
laser beams,
being able to, teleport, to being able to commune with deities or call things to happen, to healings,
that's
to
what
things that are in other mystic traditions like JC,
Yeah.
laying down the miracles and shit, which all happen to be classic yoga master miracles. Just saying. But anyway, I'm saying if the fact that it was a different brain or a different thought pattern, and that we didn't have access to abstract thought and being able to weaponize that, I think Harari overlooks the capabilities of like a fully whatever Neanderthal or yogic or whatever meditative mind, and we have no way of knowing that. But if you want to get down to the nitty gritty of it, what I'm scared of, and my takeaway from it was, there was major competition or a reason that these species like went after each other. And I think,
the reason is us. You know what I'm scared of is I'm scared that we're gonna meet an alien planet, and that the alien planet is it's just gonna have like crab monsters that are like kind of like 90 IQ crab people, right. and they're like, we come in peace, and we're like, okay, we can deal. You're basically Antiques Roadshow viewer. We're ready to rock. I don't know why I took a shot at. I just picked a random group of people to take a shot at. It was the randomest. I have no opinion about you if you watch Antiques Roadshow. I am so sorry. I went so lateral. I'm
I-
so gun shy about like picking fights with anybody that I just like fucking just punched like basically the demographic equivalent of the blind melon girl dressed as a bumblebee. Like pow! And it's just like I don't know where to land this. Bam! Antiques Roadshow viewers. What did they do to deserve this today?
I would have gone junior cake boss.
Anyways, so like these crab creatures go like, we come in peace, and we're like, we come in peace too, and they're like, we love crab stuff, and we're like, we love crab stuff too. Like we're down. Like how about you send some crab people to our planet? Like we'll shut down some Red Lobsters during your visit to avoid awkwardness, and you will probably have monkey restaurants that you need to shut down. But like we'll send some emissaries to your planet. I'm worried that our emissaries, basically, what I'm learning from this Sapiens book is that the thing that will happen. I'm not really worried about this happening. I'm expressing a concern about our species, is that we're the kind of species that if that happened and we went to their planet, everything would be kosher until we got to their planet and they were like, so anyways, here's some flowers. The flowers, oh, these flowers are nice. And the flower was like, don't fuck with me, motherfucker. And we'd be like, whoa, flower just fucking talked shit. And the crab would be like, yeah, sometimes the flowers talk shit. And we'd be like, you gotta get your flowers in line, bro. Like, and they're like, no, crabs live among the flowers. And they're like, okay, well, who pollinates the thing? Like, well, the bees do. Have you met the bees? I'm a bee. And we're like, wait, are they smart bees or dumb bees? Well, we don't really judge. They have brains. They're super smart. And I'm like, and we're just like, we will, without even realizing, we'll be like, dude. Like it's kind of like, remember when I told my story of going to Fiji? And it's like I couldn't just fucking relax. Like I had these like people, these people that live in fucking like just they just live in like what I call garbage and have what I call unreasonable smiles on their face and have been trained by a hotel / like their thing, and like all I can do is fucking drink their mystical root and like I think I'm being a good guy by trying to stir up shit. I'm like, seriously though, it's fucked up if the army runs your island. Like I'm like it's like gossip. It's like what I can't fucking like take it easy. Like maybe shit that doesn't seem. I fear that Homo sapiens is that's like it's weird. Now I realize it's weird having read that book that we are. That there's grizzly bears and brown bears and black bears and there's all these things, and it's like, nope, we're just the only human, and that we've actually worked that into our history, that we teach ourselves and humanity. We go like, yep, there can be only one. No, yeah, if you're a serial killer, like there can be only one, and that we would react poorly to an intergalactic community, that they would meet us at a party if Vulcans or anybody came around, they would be like, dude, these people can't handle spiders talking to them. Because they have it built into them. They believe that every planet has to have a fucking Kirk on it that like tells the planet what to do, and they believe that because they're basically like Dexter. They were born in blood, and they believe that you have to kill in order to live, and they're like genocidal maniacs, and to the point where their Picassos don't know that they're genocidal maniacs. Like people that believe in not genocide are genocidal maniacs. They just believe in like this pyramid structure that we're unique in the universe in that regard, because the leverage that we used on some other planet, there's like a grasshopper species that's like, yeah, I jump really high, and they're like, I jumped so high that eventually they didn't become sentient. Like they just became like this really like amazing high jumping dominant species that was like so facile that they kind of like, yeah, they're arguably in charge of the planet, but then they're operating in kind of cooperation with like a tree that grabs you if you move too fast and eats you with its trunk. And we're gonna show up and go, come on, what's the fucking episode here? Who do I kill? And they're gonna be like, whoa, Buffalo Bill? Like no one invited you to this Wild West show. And we're like, no, wait, where's the sideshow? Who do I lasso? I worry that that's actually, I don't worry that that's gonna happen because in our wildest dreams we'll ever meet anyone from another planet. I'm worried that that's what we are. That's the disease we have, that we actually don't even know we're suffering from it because we have no one to talk to about it.
Let me throw you a counterpoint. That's who we were before we got to like a globalized like structure of society that we kind of are
But
approaching
you can't.
today.
You can't. If you kill everybody you could have talked to, we need to clone Neanderthals and we need to talk to them. That's our only hope.
But the end of Dexter sucks.
What?
The end of Dexter sucks.
The end of Dexter sucks.
All right.
My thing is, think about how many human generations it took to get
I
to
thought
the
he
even
said
barely
the ambidextrous sex.
I was like, tell me
I
more,
wanna- I
and then
wanna
it was
know
like,
more.
oh no.
White kid.
How does Dexter end?
He gets away with it.
He moves away secretly he becomes a lumberjack. And no one knows what he's
And
doing.
now he kills
Wait, how is that a
trees.
bad ending for Dexter? You wanted him to just keep killing people?
Something more than that.
Higginbottom, I expected more from you. Or are you born? I don't know.
I think
There's only one way to find out. Get him! if he breaks all our necks and Interpol can't catch him, that was Higginbottom.
How would you have ended Dexter? Just like what? Like after you saw him go become a lumberjack, you were like, well, clearly they should have done this, right? I mean, what was you're eating cake, watching?
Well, let him answer.
I mean, like death row? Something like actually.
Well, we don't have to. All right. Well, on one hand, don't do that to him. On the other hand, do you know how that feels? See? To hear fucking humanity while you're just treading water.
Oh! Yeah, come on.
Make him a superhero.
He becomes a superhero.
Make
at
him
the
a
end
super-
at the end. That's a good way to end. Is that he just goes like, but you know what? Now I know what I need to do, and he like gets out the payphone like Neo, and he just like flies up into the camera. Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. I stopped watching after episode 6 because, as with Lost, I know when I'm being dicked around. I know when I'm watching improv and when I'm watching. I don't like serialization. If you're gonna serialize your show, you got
another thing.
You better make the most of that fucking season. You better blow my fucking Gen X mind at the end of that season because millennials come in and pitch me shit at my shitty little studio that should just die anyway. So who cares? But like you hear a millennial go pitch and they'll go like it's like for better and for worse, like in the post Netflix world, the millennial writers will be like, so the show I want to do is Groundhog Day meets Groundhog Day, but here's the thing. But so
it meets a
first
third
season,
groundhog.
no Groundhog Day. Nothing. It's just a guy shaving. And then he keeps shaving. And every episode 2 through 14, he's like his beard keeps like, it's like, where's something wrong with my beard? And like end of that season, it's like, oh shit, saucer comes down, outer space, it's Groundhog Day planet. Now, seasons 2 through 7, I'm like, what in the fucking entitlement? Like, what you kids with your serialization? Like unbelievable.
You already rejected my pitch. Now this is just mean. It was bad enough the first time.
But I want to say also I'm a convert because I talked shit about Mindhunter like every episode. Kept hate watching Mindhunter.
Stupid Mindhunter.
I got to the end of Mindhunter like right the last couple episodes. I started getting sucked in. Mindhunter.
Don't mind Hunter.
He hunts minds.
Don't mind Hunter. He's just a little bit abrasive. Don't mind Hunter. Now, Hunter, are you going to behave yourself? Don't mind Hunter.
Is he German? What is that with mein Hunter?
My point is, if you're gonna serialize your television, please like really understand that the reason you're serializing it is for a reason. It's like Minecraft tiles. Like can you make this work as like a tile pattern? Like because that's a certain amount of bits, or are you gonna make it react as if when you place like in a 16-bit video game when you're texturing, does your texture when it's placed next to another texture, okay, does it have to change in order for it to tile properly? It's shit like that. Like like Rick and Morty is I would like to think it's like every tile is like you could come in anywhere. I always said that. I also thought that about Community, and people said I was wrong, but like it's like my model is crack rocks. Every rock gets you high. Every rock makes you want to smoke all the crack. In order of the crack. You want to go back. Podcasting plays that out. You make a podcast, and then people are like, Jesus Christ, now I got to go back. 200 episodes of this shit? Oh, speaking of which, so David Cummings, the Canadian horror host of the No Sleep podcast, Levy told me that his agent reached out and he wants to come on the show. Because I think I said, like, if I correct me wrong, what I said was, because I was like, oh, I want to talk about this, like, my new passion is this guy who sounds like Scott Thompson, he does this horror host thing, and then I believe what I said, and if I didn't, I'll say it now, is if this is going to get back to you, because I'm so tired of me talking about shit that I love, and then people like, causing damage with my Lenny breaking the rabbit's neck hugs, like I don't want to have that effect. I don't like that when people are like, "Oh, Ron Jeremy, you had a banana in your thing," that whole effect. I'm not. But if you're out there and you reddited Ron Jeremy about the banana thing, don't. It's not your fault either. It's just who we are. We're a fucking horrible species. The Neanderthals would do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What's the podcast?
David, I think what I said was, David Cummings, please, in order to symbolize the fact that I mean you no harm in talking about how I love how funny it is that there is. I'll fly you out first class, and if you want to be on the show. And stuff.
I don't know his podcast.
It's called the No Sleep Podcast. If you just type in No Sleep, you'll get a different podcast that has 2 episodes, and it's about like Chicago comics or something. There's a podcast called the No Sleep Podcast. It's like in its at least 11th season. It's been going on forever. If you go back from the beginning, it's amazing. This guy, David Cummings, he sounds like Scott Thompson, and he's just like, as the sun goes down on the thing, and it's a scary stories podcast, and then it's just people narrating scary stories, but it's so Canadian. It's really funny.
It's really fun.
It gives me like a dose of warmth that I need in a cold world.
It's sincere.
It is sincere, but that's not to say that
you can't enjoy it.
Well, that's not to say that the podcast it takes itself real seriously. I would be mad if you laughed at it.
Do you think I'd like it?
I think you would, yes. But
and it's been on for 11 seasons?
Yeah.
And you're first telling me now?
Well, I just found it. I just found it through another podcast called The Creepy. It's just called Creepy. John Grills, who's in Minnesota, so I mistook him for Canadian. But he emailed me because I became a Patreon subscriber, and then I wrote a thing, and I had whatever. But his endless plugging of the No Sleep podcast.
Should I listen to Creepy?
I don't think you'd like it.
I don't want to like. I don't like recommend.
More of a no sleep guy to me.
All right.
I think yeah. I don't know.
Was that not what you were asking for?
I can't hear what you're saying.
Yeah, there's a problem on this stage.
I wrote this.
So what did you say?
I wish that my.
You're like more of a no sleep guy to me.
All right.
I wish that there was enough of a signal up here that I could.
We gotta get you a Verizon phone for the stage.
I had this guy who does this creepy pasta podcast. Creepy. He like I told you, if you're a Patreon subscriber at the top level, one of the luxuries, the tiers, is you can send him a script and he'll read it like as if it's creepy pasta. And I sent a thing called
creepy pasta.
Yeah,
it's derived from the term copy pasta, which is an aberration of the phrase copy plus paste, implying when you copy and paste a section of text using a computing device. I was hoping that would hit me right in the eye. It did not. Jeff threw a thing.
This is his. I'm plugging him so he won't.
This is Creepy, a podcast dedicated to sharing the most famous, chilling, and disturbing creepypastas and urban legends in the world. Whether these stories truly happened or are simply fabrications is for you to decide. These stories may contain graphic depictions of violence and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised.
This is my custom one.
We're gonna listen to another person's podcast? I don't believe that. You got like 500 people on stage. You're asking yourself questions and answering them, and then now you're gonna play a podcast while we sit here and age to death.
While we sit here and age to death. That is a look. I'm not gonna defend myself against those barbs. I guess the answer is yes. I was playing this kid's podcast.
How long was that clip?
Just, yeah.
Because it might be fine.
Oh well, I can't. I mean, I didn't.
I would like to play a.
Is it 5 minutes long? Is it 10
Yes.
minutes long?
It's 5 minutes long.
It's 5 minutes. You're gonna make us sit here for 5 fucking minutes. Hold your breath underwater for 5 minutes. Ask me if it's a long time.
That's the metric?
Yeah.
Hold your breath underwater for any time with you ever in your life. Like what?
In my prom, I could get like 2.5 minutes.
We're gonna sit here while you're holding. It's a shitty, but the microphone.
Because you know
Just put
that if I
just
said,
put a fucking link on the
you
fucking
know if I said
webpage.
put a link, you know how it would take 20 minutes. You know how that goes. Well, put a link, and then there's 20 dudes with headsets. I'm like, whoa, 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 and then it's like, meow. Like nothing works. Nothing works. It's not because they do anything wrong. It just never works. Nothing ever works. You know what works? Holding a fucking thing. Just hold the thing. It always works. It never fucking fails.
It doesn't work that great. It doesn't work that great. But still, 5 minutes as spider webs grow on my face and the fucking tumbleweeds blow through the stage as everything I should be doing right now goes through my brain.
Name one
Watching
thing
you
you should be doing.
Holding your phone to the microphone. Your phone to the microphone. Why is the microphone bigger than your phone? It makes no sense.
Hey, please subscribe to the podcast so you can watch Rob break himself up.
Right. That's
Don't do that.
I love
they
that.
They already hate me. Don't do that.
They already hate you.
That was a
he
moment
was
where we
already-
learned that Rob, he has as a hard of a time dealing with him as we do. It's like he doesn't like it any more than us. We're all just trying to deal with it.
No. You're not even giving me a chance.
Please subscribe.
Please interrupt.
Please subscribe to the podcast where Dan wants to play another podcast on our podcast.
It would have been a fine
You'll
use
get
of our
to
time.
see
It would have
him
been good. I would have
hold
liked
his
it.
phone to a microphone. It always works. The sound is
It really
crisp.
does.
It works
And
better
works better than most
it works
other-
better than
The
anything
rest
we've
of
ever
us-
done.
Grown men sit and wait on these fucking piece of shit chairs.
This is what it's about. This is more about
Can't hear
cheers.
somebody up like 5 feet away. Listen, waiting for him to finish. 5 minutes. He says it's 5 minutes, which is probably it's 8 minutes at least. Sitting here holding our breath, waiting for death to come. Oh my God! You would have been so fine with that. You would have been fine. You would have been okay with doing that to us.
Your definition of craftsmanship is the next thing I need to understand. I what I understand that a speaker up to a microphone is lo-fi. What are you? It's enough out of you, Bourne. Math about him. I don't care. I send you both up. I don't care. I created you both with the same elite covert training program. I held both of your heads underwater until you knew karate.
This looks like a job for Dexter.
Created by Richard Donner.
Jason Bourne, you don't know who you are, do you? No, I don't. Come with me.
Oh, no. I hope you don't wrap me in plastic and indulge the weird, self-loathing Showtime audience in pseudo HBO levels of nihilism. Maybe we're too we can't abide HBO, but like we're not threatened by weeds. Or maybe we just get both. Like that's half the audience. Well, just give me everything. What is it? What do you want? Everything? Give me everything. Give me the Animal Planet. I don't give a fuck.
So you don't want to know who you are, Jason Bourne?
Please, Dexter, tell me.
I was going to show you.
Oh, no, tell me.
Let's go back to Christmas, 1977.
Oh.
There you are, sitting, waiting for Santa Claus to come down the chimney.
Oh, I always loved my... Oh!
See the bullet holes forming in your ass?
Dexter! Dexter, why did that happen?
Because I'm Dexter!
Okay, are you leaving? He's leaving. Now I'm in the past.
And the award?
I just have to haunt my past forever.
The award for best...
What?
Emmy award-winning finale goes to Super Dexter.
With an honorary mention to a phone being played into the microphone, which I think came in a close second.
It gives us something to do.
I could run you through a plank set while he plays it.
Hey, we sometimes do a segment that does stuff that we do stuff in.
No, it's
definitely too late.
Like midnight.
Should I read too far into us never playing D&D anymore?
No, don't read into it.
Okay, that's good to know. No, I don't need the show to be like on the rails or anything. I just need to know it's not about me being bad.
No.
I don't do
go play your phone for 5 minutes. Hey,
Spencer's a bad person.
Hey,
Spencer's bad.
Wait. Stop the show.
Okay.
Back those credits up.
I was trying to stop the show.
What's happening? Go ahead, Rob. Make another human feel better about themselves. Go ahead.
Yeah, try that.
Use your powers for good for once in your fucking life. Can bleach help anyone? I know it can get dirt off a counter, but as dirt, I'm just asking, have you ever fed anyone? Because I'm part food. I'm dirt. I'll explain the metaphor in the alley when you're driving me home.
Cliffhanger! Thank y'all. Let's give it up for Rob Schrab.
Take it easy.
Klein. Spencer Crittenden. I'm your comptroller, Jeff Davis. Give it up for your mayor, Dan Harmon.
It's a little less than for Schrab.
It's good to be back here at the, what'd you call it, the Diamond-Tap TIE Fighter? The Diamond-Tap TIE Fighter. We love you all. Drive fast, take chances, everybody. We'll see you all never again or always. We don't know. I love you.
Did you get any of that?
It's a good show.